our first episode was on law enforcement and use of force. So I'm going to just put you in my Rolodex because I know that we're going to be covering that again. And so we'll definitely bring you back to talk about that issue. But as an employment lawyer, can you tell me a little bit about the range of things that you work on?
Sure. We represent individuals who have been harmed in the workplace, either through harassment or discrimination. And in this case, a large part of discrimination law deals with people with disabilities, requests for accommodations, because those are the types of things that companies always get wrong. You have an individual who needs something in the workplace in order for them to perform their essential job duties. It might be a little special, it might be a little different from other employees. And for some reason, in some circumstances with some companies, they're very resistant to that, even though it would enable a person who would otherwise be a great employee to do their job. So when those companies mess up, when it results in someone getting terminated because the company won't accommodate them, or like the Haywood case, where someone gets injured or ill or sick at work because they're not provided those reasonable accommodations, that's the type of case that we can prosecute under California's Fair Employment and Housing Act, and that forms the basis of a civil rights lawsuit. Because few people know this, but the right to have employment free from harassment and discrimination, that is a declared civil right in the state of California. It should be the declared civil right throughout the country. People should be able to go to the workplace, do their job without fear of being harassed because of their disabilities, their gender, their race, their ethnicity. And yet so often in different situations, it still occurs. And that's why the laws are there to protect individuals like the Haywood family, on whose behalf we recently filed this lawsuit.
Now, we broadcast all across the country and frankly the world. And so, am I right to understand that California has a very comprehensive discrimination law?
Yes, it does. In California, we always proceed under California's Fair Employment and Housing Act. Title VII is the law that governs the country as far as non-discrimination. And it really, in terms of disability law, does have a very, very positive laws in terms of requiring the company and the employees to engage in what's called the interactive process, so that people talk about it. Someone has a disability, someone needs help to do their jobs. Well, companies are required not only to provide that accommodation, but to interact, meet with the employee. Hey, what do you need to do your job? How can we help? And then act upon it. So they are there to protect the employees, and it's good policy across the board.